Hey guys, it is Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com, and we are going to have some fun today. We're going to take one of the catchiest songs that has ever been written, and not intended to be played on guitar at all. Well, I think there's a guitar actually on the track, but we're going to try to put all the track together so it kind of sounds like one guitar, one part, and we're going to rock it up, and we're going to do a hard rock version of Super Freak by Rick James. So this is going to be fun to play. It's actually not very easy how I've got this all laid out, but once you get the groove down, it's actually a lot of fun to play. So it might take you a little minute to get it underneath your fingers, but after that, it's very, very fun. It actually works out pretty well on guitar too. So if you're in a cover band, if you whip this thing out, I'm sure the crowd will enjoy it. So anyway, before I get into it, please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Ring the notification bells and all that crap. And if you really want to support what I do here on YouTube, join my Guitar Academy. My academy is where you really learn to play guitar. And you've got tons of technique courses, complete beginner courses on technique, improvisation, theory, guitar tone, everything. I'm live there, do live sessions every weekend, which is the Academy members, so they can ask you questions in real time. So it's a lot going on over there. Please come check it out. We have a great community. Free 7-day trial by clicking that link below. All right, so let's start here. So now this main riff is like the verse of the song, and I guess the chorus that I just played at the beginning of the video. And as it goes through the song, a lot of those chords that you hear, those little chord stabs that I'm adding that are, I guess, I'm done on keys or whatever, or synth, that they start making those chords more into like seventh, especially the A minor, they turn it into like A minor sevenths and stuff like that. So they do more sophisticated chords as it goes. I'll start adding those chords in there. I'm not gonna do that. This is a hard rock version. We're just gonna keep it simple. The chords at least. We're just basically doing just minor, major chords and power chords. We're trying to rock it up, right? So you might hear that in the track and go, where's that chord? Well, you know, I'm intentionally avoiding it. I want to keep this like a hard rock thing. So anyway, we're gonna basically do this bass line and then hit those chord stabs in between it. So we kind of have this, I'll slow it down. All right, so we're gonna start here. Kind of sounds like that first note of the riff. You can kind of slide into it real quick. So slide into the 5th fret there on the A string. I'm tuned to standard, by the way. And then go 3, 2, 0 on the A. So as soon as you get that open A, that's the end of that bass line there. You're gonna come up and do those chord stabs, which is an A minor that they hit there. And you can just do it right here across the 5th fret on the G, B, and the high E. You'll notice when I'm doing it, I'm just grabbing it with my pinky. I like doing stuff with the pinky, but you can use whatever finger you want. But that's what's going on. I'm hitting that 5th fret across those top 3 strings, and then I'm killing it. I'm gonna do that twice. So those quick little staccato chord stabs. All right. And then we have this. So the next bass line is just 2 notes. It's just 0, 2 on the low E string. Now when I'm doing this, I'm adding a little, kind of some, a little bit of palm muting to it to bring this. So you can make that sound that little chunky palm muting sound. Brings that bass line out, which is obviously, if this is too difficult to do these chord stabs, just a bass line on. That's enough. People will know what you're doing. So, but I'm gonna try to do these chords in there too. So this. So when we get to the 0, 3 there on the low E string, then you're gonna come up and I'm just grabbing this G chord. It's really a G power chord here. So open G string, 3rd fret there on the B, 3rd fret on the high E string. And then we're gonna go to this next bass line, which is just again 2 notes again. It's gonna be 2, 0 on the A string, palm muted, and then back to that A minor chord tabs that we did first. So we have this. So that's the first half of the main riff. So the second half starts the same, but now instead of going 0-3 there, it goes 2 on the A over that 3 on the low E. So not the open E. It's just 2 on the A, 3 on the low E. And then after you do that one, so we got this is the second half. After you do that, I jump up in here and grab this a higher voicing of the G major chord. If you just want to still stay down there, that's fine. But I kind of want to match closer to a little bit the keyboard voicing, so I'm coming up in here and grab this, which is basically just a D major chord shape, but played at the 7th fret. Just those 3 strings. And then we're gonna go once again in the riff with 2-0 on the A, and back to that A minor chord. So that's the full riff. And that is it. So it jumps around. Like I said, you don't have to go all the way up there. If you just want to do that G down here, it's fine. But I intentionally make things too difficult for some reason. Anyway, then we have what I kind of consider this part. So that's a verse. And then I think this next part is really kind of like verse B. I don't know. It's kind of a variation on the verse, basically. It looks like this. So very similar. We're going to start with that same. So that's the same, just as verse A. But then here, instead of going the 0-3, it goes 3 on the A string to 1 on the low E string. And then we're going to come up here and grab just a regular G major. Sounds pretty good. It's not that hard to get to. So it's just the 3rd fret there across the B and the high E. 4th fret on the G and 5th on the D. And then 3-0 to end this one on the A string, and then on that same A minor chord that ends it. So that riff is the same. It plays like 4 times. It's the same way each time. It doesn't change. Like there's like a first half and a second half. It's just. All right, and then we get to the pre-chorus, the. All right, so now this is just straight power chords. We're going to be going. So the power chord here at this F power chord, the 1st fret. So that's pre-chorus. So we're basically 1st fret there, 3rd fret, then 5th. And then we're going to do these little kind of thirds intervals. One that implies G major, one that implies A minor. So it's just the 5th fret there on the D string and the 4th fret there on the G. Do those 2 together and then move it up to the 7th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G. And you gotta make it funky. So, again. And then you're gonna come up the 3rd time, and just when you get to that 5th fret, you can just hit this chord again, or you can make it a full minor chord by just doing a full bar. Because it's an A minor chord that rings there, so it's. let that ring a little bit, and then we're gonna go down to the F power chord at the first fret. Then the E power chord. Just an open E power chord. And that's it. And then back to the main riff. And that's about it. It kind of just goes through those riffs again. There's kind of the chorus and you know, the verse. There's nothing new that we have. Just at the end, you're gonna hear like a sax solo, and that's gonna be over that verse B part, that little. So if you're in a band and you're playing that's what's under the solo section. And if you want to improvise over it, we'll do. I guess we'll add a little bit of knowledge to this lesson. It's A minor pentatonic. Just kind of wail an A minor pentatonic, and you will be good to go. And kind of mimic that sax solo if you want. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a really, a little bit of a challenge. I get it, but it's really fun once you get it together, and just kind of like my own take, because I don't do a lot of clean, funky guitar stuff. I like the rock out, so that's what we did with it. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.